guys, welcome back to my channel if you're new. Before I get into today's video, I wanted to just say sorry. It's been a little bit since I've uploaded. If you guys have seen the title, you kind of know what I'm getting at here, but I've been just very defeated with this news that I got. And honestly, before today and even today, I'm not gonna cry. I've just been very emotional about it, and it's just been hard hitting news for me. And so I felt like I didn't want to just like act like nothing happened, but I also wanted to address it, but I didn't feel like I was at a point in time where I could. So I'm doing a little bit better now with the news, and so I just kind of want to explain to you guys what happened and why I have not really updated you guys or really talked to you in a while. So at my 28-week ultrasound appointment, I had my glucose test, and I took the test. I didn't eat anything beforehand. I do not blame Nathaniel at all, but I wanted to eat an avocado before because I know like the fat helps with the bloodstream, getting the glucose out of the bloodstream, but he ate it. And so I didn't eat anything. I went fasted. I had the appointment. I felt pretty good. And because it was a Friday and with all of the things going on right now, I didn't hear back until Monday, but I got a call saying that my glucose was elevated from the 1 hour test. Everything else came back good. My iron was good, which I was really surprised because I feel like I am anemic, but everything else came back good, but it was just them telling me that I needed to take the 3-hour glucose test. And honestly, like from that moment, like I just was very frustrated. I don't think I've been perfect, but I definitely do feel like I've put a lot of effort into staying healthy during my pregnancy. I've continued to work out 4 to 5 days a week. I eat fruits and vegetables. I eat fiber. I have chia seeds. I have just like all those extra things that not like the common person eats. And I've been active, and so I was just really shocked. I was like, really? Like, but then I remembered my mom told me when I first found out I was pregnant, she told me that she never passed her first glucose test. She has 7 kids, and she would fail the first one, pass the 3-hour test, and so she was just like, don't worry about it. This has happened to me. It's probably genetic. Just go take the test. So yeah, I tried not to stress about it, but that was a Monday night. So for the next couple of days, I really was strict with my diet. I went and got some digestive enzymes from my old work because I know that that's like what helps take the glucose out of the bloodstream. So I started taking those, and I didn't limit my carbs, or I didn't like take them out completely, but I did limit them. And I was just making sure to take enzymes every time I had carbs. And so that was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I was like super strict. My appointment was Friday morning. So I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do for the next couple of days. I also just wanted to say too, like what was shocking to me was I did not have a single like risk factor. I looked them up, and they were basically all like being overweight beforehand, having it run in the family, not eating well, not exercising, like all these things. And like I literally couldn't even like partially identify with any of the risk factors. And I haven't had any of the symptoms either. So I was just like, it was really hard for me to process. Like I was just feeling really embarrassed. I was feeling like I let down my baby, which like, if I talk about that, I'm gonna cry. But yeah, I just was feeling really defeated. I didn't want to tell anyone. I actually avoided telling people for like at least the first 24 hours because I couldn't really say it without getting upset. But I slowly told a few people, and I just kind of was just dealing with it on my own. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling, but I just want you guys to like know where my head has been at. But I also told myself, like, no matter what happens, I'm going to just like focus on cleaning up my diet a little bit for the next 10 weeks or 12 weeks at the point of me knowing. And I just wanted to like focus on like putting more health and like nutrients into my body and just making sure I'm doing best for my baby. Anyways, Friday morning comes. I was gonna take it at 8 a.m. So I went into the appointment. Now, the first test, they have you take a drink that's 50 grams of sugar. And the second test, which I didn't know, but it's 100 grams of sugar. And so what they do is they take your blood fasted, they have you drink the drink, and then at an hour mark, you get your blood like drawn, and then at 2 hours you get it drawn, and at 3 hours you get it drawn. So I was there from like 8 to 11. Can't eat anything clearly. The first hour you can't even drink water. So like that first hour was so rough. I remember just feeling like super dizzy and hot, and like my body was really heavy, and I just felt gross. But as soon as I had the 1 hour check, I was able to drink water, and I felt a little bit better. And by the end of it, I felt a lot better, but I was very hungry, and I just felt like kind of sick to my stomach a little bit too. But I felt fine and like encouraged throughout the test. Honestly, the biggest reason why I'm making this video, one, is to tell you guys so I can just like get it off my chest and like not really have to like say it again. And then there's like a lot of family members I'm sure that'll watch this, so just like you guys can understand what's going on, because I don't really want to like talk about it in person a whole lot. But the other was because I went straight to YouTube and I was like trying to figure out like, what do you do? Like, what's the 3-hour test like? Like, what is the, like, what happens if you have it? That kind of thing. And I couldn't really find anything. So I guess I'm kind of making this to like, hopefully help someone as well. But anyways, so it was Friday again. And again, I couldn't get the lab results back until Monday. So I just kind of tried to enjoy the weekend. Still taking the enzymes, still being good with like what I was eating. And Monday came and I got the call that I did not pass. So basically what happened was I had a good glucose fasting and I passed the 3-hour mark. So the 2 that I failed was the 1 hour and the 2-hour mark, which is honestly kind of confusing to me, because I don't understand like why you would have a 3-hour test if by the 3-hour test your blood glucose is normal and you still fail. And then also I didn't have a high glucose from the food I had eaten the night prior, which I know that's like something that happens with diabetes. What I guess I'm understanding is gestational diabetes is just way different than the knowledge and research I have of regular diabetes. So yeah, she called me and told me that I had 2 elevated results, and so that means I failed and I have gestational diabetes, which honestly saying that out loud is just like really hard for me to say. But basically what that means on the phone is what she told me was I needed to go pick up supplies to like prick my finger. So every time I eat, 2 hours later, I have to check my glucose. And she said I need to check it 4 times a day. So I'm assuming they want me to eat 4 times a day. And then if I'm not, this is what I'm getting from the understanding, is if I don't get the levels back down within 2 hours through my food and like what I'm eating, then I potentially could have to use insulin. So I have an appointment on Friday already. I have my 30-week appointment. So they were just like, we'll just talk to you more about it then. They also said that I'm gonna have to take a class. They said there's an online one that will kind of explain what to do. But honestly, like I know I'm sounding like ignorant, but, or not ignorant, I don't know what the right word is, but I feel like I know what to do, and so I'm gonna ask if I don't have to take that class, and I can just ask her the questions I have. But I know like what a low carb diet is, so I don't feel like I need to take it. But anyways, and with my old job, I used to prick people's fingers and my own fingers all the time, so like I totally know how to do that. But anyways, so yeah, that's kind of where I'm left at. I have my appointment this Friday. Today's Wednesday, and so I just have a 2 more days until then. At that appointment, I will be 30 weeks, and so I will have 10 weeks of having to prick my finger and check my glucose routinely to make sure my blood glucose is not elevated. So yeah, it's kind of sunk in a little bit. Like I know there's so much worse that could happen. It's just very frustrating when like you feel like you've done a good job like trying to stay healthy and like that didn't work. From the research I've done, like there's not really like a known cause of gestational diabetes, but basically like what happens is you have all these extra hormones and your pancreas cannot create enough insulin to process the glucose in your bloodstream. So yeah, that is kind of what is going on. I just wanted to talk about it here. I want to address it. I may do like videos in the future just talking about like what I eat if that's helpful. But I don't really want to just like feel like that's all my pregnancy is now for the next 10 weeks. So I just wanted to like get it off my chest. I do have my baby shower this weekend on Saturday, so I'm really excited about that. And I do plan on vlogging that and then vlogging what I got at my baby shower. So I just like am excited to go back to like the happy videos that I feel like I can post. But like I said, I didn't feel like I could post anything until I updated you guys. And then I just wanted to end on like a happy note, because I don't like watching sad videos and I don't like making them. But we had an ultrasound as well at the appointment, and we got some really freaking cute pictures back. This is our little baby. This picture right here, as soon as she printed it, I was like, what the heck? I feel like that's me. Like, I feel like that's my baby that looks like me. Like, not, I've always pictured him to look like Nathaniel. These ones I find like kind of creepy a little bit. Like his eyes like look all sunken in and like his arms in front. But this is like a little profile right there too. But yeah, it was just kind of fun to like actually see him, and like I am so far along that like she didn't really have to push hard, so the ultrasound was like not painful at all. I mean, it's never been painful, but in the past I just have to pee really bad. But yeah, everything, it looked good with him, they said. So what they can do is they can measure their head and their stomach. They do the diameter and the circumference, and they can tell you like what percentile they're in. So for his weight, he's in the 56th percentile, which that was another thing which I didn't understand, because like a sign of gestational diabetes is your baby being too big, because there's too much glucose, which is sugar, in the bloodstream, and your baby stores it, and it stores it as fat. So the fact that he's not like really big made me feel a lot better, just knowing that like at least my body isn't like failing him, if that makes sense. That sounds so negative, but that's kind of how I feel. But the funny thing is his head is in the 91 percentile. So the circumference, I can't remember. No, I think it was the diameter of his head was 91%, but the circumference was 76%. So it's not completely in the 90th percentile. But Nathaniel gets made fun of from his family all the time about having a big head as a kid, so like I'm not surprised that his head is on the bigger size. His body just needs to kind of catch up. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Like I don't really, like I'm not coming on here to like get pity really at all. Like I know I'm good, I know I'm healthy, I do appreciate all of your guys' support, but I just kind of wanted to address it and move on. So I hope you guys like can understand where I'm feeling with that. And then yeah, I don't know, from here on out I have appointments every 2 weeks, so it's super exciting. I literally have 10 weeks and 2 days left, so he is literally going to be here so soon, and if I go any early then it'll be even earlier than that, which I'm just really excited about. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I promise the next video is not going to be as depressing as this one was. Like I said, I'm going to film my baby shower. My mom is throwing it for me with the help of my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law and my sisters. And so I'm really excited just to kind of see what they do. And then I will share with you guys what I got from my baby shower, which is super exciting. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for listening and just hearing me complain, I guess. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.